use copyright law. These are my opinions. These are not facts. And this is for your entertainment.
What's up, my loves? Welcome back to Applesoup. We are in Applesoup episode 14, and we are in 2025. So hello to 2025. Thank you guys so much for joining me in 2025. Lots more content, lots more travel vlogs coming up this year, and some delicious mukbangs and cooking shows coming up. So make sure you guys tap that subscribe button and turn on your notifications for more, because there's weekly episodes of Applesoup coming to you all 2025. So today we are going to talk about the 304s of the world, aka one specific 304, and that is the beautiful Joy Taylor. Now, Joy Taylor is a sports commentator, as well as a sports moderator. I think she started. She got the job while she was in Miami as a bartender, and then they had her go out and film the pilot, and from there she was able to kind of work her way into sports news. And the narrative around it has always been, she's beautiful, racially ambiguous woman, who, kind of, I didn't really know too much about Joy Taylor. I just knew that she was in sports commentary, and she would always talk about how hard she works and how hard it was to get to the top. So, naturally, I'm like, okay, she put in the work. She's doing her thing. This is inspiration for all the women out there. We fucks with Joy Taylor. So, like, okay, cool. And then, she starts getting all these different jobs and hosting gigs, but getting a new show with Emmanuel Acho. She's working with Shannon Sharp. There's Skip Daily. There's just so many different people that she's already got her foot in the door. So a lot of people were just kind of wondering, like, how was she able to get all of these credentials and get all of these shows and be able to get booked for all these different things when we really haven't seen any of her credentials, really haven't seen her come up as a news podcaster or as a journalist or anything like that. Like, she kind of just went from working as a bartender in Miami to all of a sudden...
Joy Taylor is not a journalist.
We do not care.
She has no degree in journalism. This is what we call fake news. I have an honorary doctorate in broadcast journalism.
Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
I have an honorary doctorate. So I have much more than a degree in journalism.
What?
You serious?
So a lot of people kind of just kept it to themselves. They're like, you know what? She's a pretty girl. She's doing her thing. We're not going to try to down talk her. We're not going to try to, bring anything down on the community. And then, it comes out later on that we found out that she had 304. That she had 304 from the 403. Okay. And listen, my thoughts are, if you want to do whatever you want to do, like, if you want to be a hoe, like, do that. You know what I'm saying? Have fun. Do you? But keep that shit outside of the workplace. Like, let's try to be professional when it comes to your job and your personal life. If you want to sleep around and do whatever you want to do in your personal life, get divorced from your husband, break up your marriage, do that, but don't bring it into the workspace and then bring it into professional spaces. So now it gets frowned upon on any other woman that's coming into the professional spaces, and women that actually have busted their ass. They're being looked at as someone that can easily be persuaded to, sleep their way to the top, which is exactly what she did. So we're going to get into all the responses ever since Joy Taylor's 304 behavior has been exposed. Let's hear from different sides of the spectrum, from men and women, who have a lot to say about the topic, because it's just kind of like, girl, what is you doing over there? And yeah, let's get into that. And then we're going to come back and talk about how we can move forward from this, because we the people have serious questions, Joy. Like, we really have serious questions. So let's get into it.
According to this lawsuit, Joy started her career smashing this dude before she worked on Undisputed. Her only experience was in Miami as a bartender and doing some radio gigs here and there, right? So she didn't have a lot of experience in TV, And then she lands this show primarily because she was banging this dude, and this dude had all the power, so he puts her on the show. Major come up for her.
New lawsuit alleges there was some naughty stuff going down at Fox Sports 1. The accusations include Skip Bayless offering a hairdresser $1.5 million to get a little, down and dirty with him, and Joy Taylor sleeping with a Fox Sports 1 executive, and Emmanuel Acho in order to help her career. This all came out yesterday in an all-time Sunday news dump when Front Office Sports reported a former Fox Sports
Joy Taylor is live back on her show Speak with Paul Pierce and Keyshawn Johnson. I don't know, how is she keeping a straight face? As you guys may know, there was, over the past 24 hours, there have been a lot of allegations regarding her having affairs with executives and Fox getting sued by a previous hairstylist that worked for the company. But no, she is currently live right now. The show was to air right at 5 o'clock Eastern time, and she is live right now. Literally, I'm going to play a second, but she's keeping a straight face. Look at her looking into the camera. She know what's going on. She don't care. She got a bag. But no, it's funny. Like, just look at her. She's looking back at the camera again because she know what goes on. But no, I'm just be reporting it, guys. Shout out to Joy Taylor. She's live, back at the show. She don't have to worry about nothing, I guess. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But she is currently live on her show right now with Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce. There she go, Joy Taylor. So I don't know. It's just been a lot going on these past 24 hours regarding them. I don't know how they're keeping a straight face. That is so crazy. I don't know.
Welcome to Speak. I'm Joy Taylor here with Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce, and the playmaker Michael Irvin. It's Victory Monday for some and Vacation Monday for others. I dubbed them Princess Boys because clearly they want the princess treatment. And being a woman of substance and means, I can provide that for them. Now, there's things that I want in exchange for taking care of a princess boy. And, if that is what men are interested in behaving like, I feel like I can do that. I can be that person for you. I can give you an experience you've never had.
Skip, these allegations are true, then Joy Taylor is a piece of shit. Forget Skip Bayless spending $1.5 million for box. We don't even believe that. But this Joy Taylor situation where she slept her way to the top, executive vice president, and the man that was on the show, and it ain't even no telling who else she was busting down, because the woman, that's all that she says that she knows. But it proves what men's been saying for a long time, is that it's never going to be equal. It's not equal on women's side. It's not equal on men's side. If Joy Taylor is able to sleep her way to the top and be able to get on both shows, not because of her talent, not because of her merit, but because of her pretty privilege and her willingness, if true, allegedly to open up her legs to men, and in order to be able to get her position, then y'all should be ashamed for even trying to be equal to men in that way, because that's something that we'll never be able to do. You want our privilege? You want us to be able to share our resources? You want equal work for equal pay? Well, what kind of equal work does she put in order to be able to get her positions? Hey, somebody hold me accountable and tell me, how does that make sense? More importantly, the fact that she was willing to file a lawsuit in order to preserve her position and say that he forced herself on her, that's crazy. And y'all won't hold her accountable. It's always going to be guys that have to have the conversation and say, hey, no. That's not true. But y'all won't even hold her accountable. I want to hear what women got to say on this.
All right. So, as you can see, everybody is just kind of like,
Damn!
they knew it was some 304 tendencies, Joy. We knew you had some 304 tendencies, girl, but we didn't know it was that deep. We did not know it was that. But getting a new show with Emmanuel Acho, she's working with Shannon Sharp. There's Skip Daly. There's just so many different people that she's already got her foot in the door. So a lot of people are just kind of wondering.
Or if their financial status is what you want. Fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram. about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this, and you're moving forward with this person.
No, my favorite hypothetical, because it's so ridiculous, is when you ask anybody if they would do something outrageous for like $1 million and they say no. It's like, okay, would you do it for 2 million? I mean, would you do it for what's the number? Like anytime you add money into a hypothetical, people love feeling good about themselves by saying that they wouldn't do it for the money, but it's literally only because it's a hypothetical. If you saw this $1 million in front of your face and I said, do this, are you doing it? So I don't even know if hypotheticals are real indicators of the situation that's being discussed, because I'm starting to think people only use hypotheticals to lie about the circumstance.
But getting a new show with Emmanuel Acho, she's working with Shannon Sharp. There's Skip Daily. There's just so many different people that she's already got her foot in the door. So a lot of people were just kind of wondering, like, how is she able to get all of these credentials and get all of these shows and be able to get booked for all these different things when we really haven't seen any of her credentials, really haven't seen her come up as a news podcaster or as a journalist or anything like that. Like, she kind of just went from working as a bartender in Miami to all of a sudden, doing sports commentary. So a lot of people kind of just kept to but getting a new show with Emmanuel Acho, she's working with Shannon Sharp. There's Skip Daily. There's just so many different people that she's already got her foot in the door. So a lot of people were just kind of wondering, like, how is she able to get all of these credentials and get all of these shows and be able to get booked for all these different things when we really haven't seen any of her credentials, really haven't seen her come up as a news podcaster or as a journalist or anything like that. Like, she kind of just went from working as a bartender in Miami to all of a sudden, doing sports commentary. So a lot of people kind of just kept it to themselves. They're like, you know what? She's a pretty girl. She's doing her thing. We're not going to try to down talk her. We're not going to try to, bring anything down on the community. And then, it comes out later on that we found out that she has 3 or 4. If we're not going to be respectful and have professionalism in the workplace, that men and women should not be considered equal when it comes to these types of jobs. I think that men need to stay in their lane and women need to stay in their lane, because if we're going to have women come on, especially attractive, beautiful women, it's going to be these types of narratives, or, she's feeling pressured to, sleep her way to the top, or feeling pressured to, do a little more than her job description. I feel like on both sides, it's kind of just like messed up. It's a power play for the men, and it's also, a power play for her as well. She feels like, I don't really have to do any real work. I can just kind of just bust it wide open and get a promotion. It's frustrating for the women that actually have busted their ass. Moral of the story is, Emmanuel Acho, you are dead ass wrong. Skip Bayless. You need serious help. Shannon Sharp, we know you fucked, okay? But yeah, Joy, I think maybe just like keep it to yourself. If you want to have fun with your coworkers, try to keep it a little bit more professional. Maybe have them sign an NDA. Try to keep after hours. And I feel like you've worked so hard to get to this point already. Like, maybe you just don't sleep with anybody else. I think that would be good. Like, just don't sleep with anybody else. And if you do want to, just make sure that it's outside your job, so that way this doesn't affect you negatively. And, we're not getting blamed by, media, sportscasters about, how us Black women are not defending you. Because I just find it absolutely laughable. If this was a man that was in the same position, or anyone else, it would have been a completely different story. But because, she's a Black woman and, she's racially ambiguous, she's beautiful, we're just going to sweep her 3 or 4 tendencies under the rug. Hey, Taylor, that's my script for you today, girl. Get your shit together. But whatever you guys think about this topic, please let me know. Comment below and let me know what you think about Joy Taylor and the whole situation. Do you think she was moving out of, pressure, feeling like she had to do what she had to do? Or do you feel like she was doing it because she was a beautiful woman and she knew that she could sleep her way to the top? Let me know what you guys think in your comments below. And please turn on your post notifications and stay subscribed for my upcoming Applesoup episodes. I have some vlogs and some exciting new stuff coming up. So make sure you guys turn on your post notifications, tap in, and I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Applesoup. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.